The nature of future. Joys and sorrows. The soul's future joys and sorrows are not material. Because the soul is not made of matter, it does not feel pleasure and pain as the body does. Yet once freed from the body, the spirit becomes more sensitive, since matter no longer blunts its impressions. For that reason, the joys and sufferings of the future life can be even stronger than those of earthly life. People often picture the next life in material forms. Spiritual truths were often taught by images, and error begins when those images are taken literally. The happiness of good spirits. The happiness of good spirits is an inner state of peace, freedom, and clear understanding. They are no longer troubled by hatred, envy, jealousy, ambition, or the anxieties of bodily life. Their joy is in the good they do and in the love that joins them to one another. This happiness matches their progress. Only pure spirits have perfect happiness, but there are many degrees below that. The more advanced spirits look upward without jealousy. The images of spirits before God, singing praises, should be understood as figures. Their happiness is not idleness. They help guide other spirits, and in that work they find both purpose and joy. The sufferings of low-order spirits. The sufferings of low-order spirits are as varied as their faults. Their greatest pain is wanting happiness and not being able to reach it. They see it, understand it, and know what keeps them from it. From this come regret, jealousy, anger, remorse, and deep inner distress. After death, evil tendencies may remain. Spirits are still drawn toward what fed their passions on earth, but they can no longer satisfy them. That frustrated desire becomes part of their punishment. Some of these sufferings are beyond human language, but they must not be imagined as literal flames. Eternal fire as an image. Eternal fire is an image, not a material reality. Fire has long been used to represent intense suffering. Since spiritual pain cannot be described directly, people use the image of burning. Trouble begins when the symbol is treated as fact. Punishment as the consequence of one's own life. The future state of the soul follows naturally from the life it has lived. Punishment is not arbitrary. Each spirit suffers through its own faults, through regret, fear, shame, uncertainty, isolation, and separation from what it loves. It bears not only the result of the evil it did, but also of the good it failed to do. Low-order spirits understand the happiness of the good, and this makes their pain sharper. Once freed from matter, they see more clearly what stands between them and peace. That is why they desire a new earthly life. They know that a life well used can shorten their suffering. The sight of victims and the exposure of the past. In the spiritual world, thoughts are not hidden, and the acts of one's life are known. For the guilty, this is a punishment. They may be faced with those they have wronged, and secret actions can no longer be concealed. This brings shame, regret, and remorse until the wrong has been repaired. For the just, the opposite is true. They meet sympathy and peace. When a spirit has truly purified itself, the memory of past faults no longer disturbs its happiness. Affection, sympathy, and spiritual union. One of the great joys of spirits is reunion with those bound to them by love and goodness. In the spiritual world, spirits of the same order form true families through shared feeling. Their affection is sincere and free from selfishness, betrayal, and hypocrisy. This harmony is itself a source of happiness. The good and the suffering of others. The sight of suffering spirits does not destroy the happiness of good spirits. They know that such suffering is not eternal, and they work to help others improve. Helping the unhappy is one of their joys. If they suffer for those they loved on earth, it is less because of temporary pain than because of the weakness that delays that person's progress. Death, fear, and moral state. Fear of death, calm before death, or even joy at the thought of death does not by itself show a soul's future condition. Everything depends on the reason for that feeling. What matters is the moral state of the soul, not the outward appearance of courage or indifference. Faith and future well-being. Future happiness does not depend on outwardly professing spiritism or on having believed in spirit manifestations. True well-being belongs to goodness. A person's future depends on moral transformation, not on a label. Still, a clearer idea of the future life can help people become better, bear suffering with more patience, and avoid what would delay their progress.